You wait ages for a Michael C video, and then two come along at once. Good morning. I'm exhausted. I'm outside Bristol Temple Meads station. This time, it's 5:15. It's 4:44 instead of 4:30. Hey, I've got a massive lie-in. No, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm at Bristol Temple Meads today because today, for the second day in the row, I'm going to be visiting the newest station in Britain, and today it is going to be Portway Park and Ride.
Fascination to measures.
The next station is Lawrence Hill. This is a Great Western Railway service to Thanet Parkway.
This is a map of the railways in the Bristol area. Today's station is opening on the Severn Beach line between Avonmouth and Shirehampton. There's already a bus park and ride on this site, which is adjacent to the M5 and has been expanded to include this new train station. That's why it's called Portway Park and Ride, rather than the much more catchy name of Portway Parkway.
So yeah. It'd be interesting just to. It's all right.
We are now approaching Portway Park and Ride.
The commercial development team, you've got a few helps, so we're actually such a day from the railway.
Hi. Okay, Jen's here. As I said I would when I went to Thanet Parkway, I've got a present for you. They were giving these away.
That's amazing.
They were giving them away at Thanet Parkway, and I thought you'd like it. It's a £3.50 voucher, so there you go. I've got you a free drink or two there. You're very welcome. Yes.
Did you get me one?
I didn't. No, I might see if I've got something else. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later. My initial thoughts of the station. I mean, first of all, it's not massive. It's just one platform. It's not a very long platform. Yesterday, Thanet's platforms were very long. The second thing I'm noticing is that you can't help but notice the very obvious presence of a big old motorway over there. I believe it's the M5, and it's big, but that is a large reason, a large part of the reason for this station's existence as a parkway. So people can come off there, there's a junction around the corner, they can drive here, there's already a bus parkway here, and this is all sort of integrated together to make it a bit of a transport hub, so people can then get the bus or get the train into Bristol city centre. So I would say I'll have an explore of the station. There really isn't much to explore. You've got the main platform here, there is here a waiting area, nice, and then, well, that's basically it. There is ticket machines, and there are smart card scannery things as well,
Hey buddy,
which is nice.
Can I do your video? This is
Uh,
where I am. So my name is Brendon Taylor. I work for WACA, the Western England Combined Authority. Been train enthusiast as well. So I was there for the opening of Mars Barton.
Oh, so was I. Wait, no, I wasn't. Sorry.
But this is the
What am I
first-
talking about?
This is the first new station I've actually on in Bristol for 100 years, and to know it's only 5 minutes down the road from Sea Mills, because Sea Mills is my local station, is a great relief. And to be there, to have a brand new station on my local line, it's just great.
So, yeah, sort of the station itself. Apparently there's like a fault with the ticket machine, which is less than ideal. But, you know, teething issues and stuff. I assume they'll work it out. You know, these things tend to work themselves out over the course of the day or the next few days or weeks or whatever. I'm wondering why this walkway is so long, because the platform's there, and then there's like this long old walkway, and then the entrance to, obviously, the car park is there. What I'm wondering is, why didn't they just build the platform closer to the car park? Is it, like, that seems like the obvious thing to do to me. Could it be so that they've got provision to extend the platform in future? Anyway, this is the car park now. There honestly isn't really too much to say. Basically, just, it's a car park. There's a bike rack down there. Again, it's just a bike rack. There's really not too much I can say about it. Apart from the fact that in those two corners, it's already broken, so obviously things are off to a great start. And I find it interesting that there is already a bike here, so it is being used. There's a bike in the other one as well. So yeah, these things are being used. There's cars in the car park. But mainly, it's just good that it's here. It's good that it's here. The other thing as well that's very noticeable is that there's this definite hump in the car park, and that we're at a sort of elevated level when compared to the platform. The other thing I'm now noticing is that at this end of the car park, so the other end, it looks like there is actually another entrance to the station, which means that it's going to be possible to sort of do laps of the station, which I find quite funny. Given that there is this second entrance, it seems strange / frustrating to me that actually there's no ticket machines here. So if you park your car here and you want to use this entrance, if you've already got a ticket, then I suppose it's fine. But still, that seems like something that, again, maybe could change in the future, something that perhaps wasn't as well thought through in the design of the station. Actually, this possibly explains the long walkway I saw earlier, because if they want to have that entrance there, and the platform's only so long, and they've got another entrance here, this one is more of a straightforward onto the platform kind of affair, then actually it does make sense why that walkway has to be longer. Note how, like at Thanet Parkway, and as I talked about in that video, all new stations, it has this tactile paving that again sort of guides you round the station, and that seems to be at all new stations. As I said then, if you haven't watched the video, my question to the rail industry, when does this start getting rolled out to existing stations? At this end of the platform, you've got waiting shelter again. The line, it's a single track line, which I find a little frustrating because you've only got to look at it on a map to see that this is a line with huge potential. It goes like straight through the middle of Bristol. It has a load of suburban stations. It feels like the sort of line that if it were in London, it would have been made part of the tube or the overground, and it would have frequent electric trains running every 10 or 15 minutes. And it would be nice if other cities could get similar levels of treatment for public transport. So yeah, in the future, obviously it's a good first step that we've got new Parkway stations on this line. I mean, hooray, new stations are always excellent, but I think in the future the long-term goal has to be more ambitious, especially if we're trying to persuade people out of cars. Alright, so the second northbound train of the day has just left, which means we've got about 5 minutes before the first southbound train comes in, and I'm guessing that I'll have everyone on it that got on it earlier. So I'm going to do, as I talked about earlier, I'm going to do a couple laps of the station because that's funny to me. I also like how the disabled parking spaces have these little dropped curb things. Again, that's something you can tell someone thought about Although I do wonder why they didn't just drop it the whole way, because look, it's hump, hump, hump. You'd think you'd just make it flush the whole way along, but still, it's cool to see. And that brings us back onto the platforms, having completed the loop. Now, I think we should wait for that train to arrive. Are you doing the bags? Yeah. Can I grab a bag?
Do you want a badge as well?
Yes please, I'd love a badge.
There you go.
Yay, thank you so much. There you go, I've got the badge, I'll put that on in a moment. I've got the bag. So, I've got a bag. It appears to be empty, but that's understandable because I imagine DWR's budget for bags is being somewhat stretched considering how many stations they've had opening recently. Far more than any other operator that I can think of, apart from obviously like, you know, Elizabeth Line. And then of course we have the badge as well. Focus in sunshine. Oh, I'm gonna have to hold it there so that it focuses. Anyway, we've got the badge. Again, okay, it's not very straight and it's a bit droopy, but you know, that's the deal with badges. That's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, so now that I've acquired those, where is it? There it is, yeah. Now that I've acquired those, I'm gonna go for a wander, explore the bus park and ride, and just generally the surrounding area. Because, as I always say, I feel like I'm reciting a script because I say this every time. I like to not just understand new stations, but where they sit in the wider context of the surrounding areas. So that's what we're doing now. It's a big old car park, and it's obviously still very new to the point of like they haven't even planted the trees yet, but it's very obvious where they're going to go. This isn't even the full car park. This is the car park for like the station part of the park and ride. Over there is the bus park and ride as well. They're sort of next to each other. I'll explore all that in a moment, hence why it's called Portway Park and Ride. But I honestly prefer the name Portway Parkway. It's a lot more catchy, you know. Portway Parkway, you know, that kind of thing. You can make a bit of a bop out of it. And you can see here the new sort of transitions into the old. This still isn't the bus park and ride by the looks of things. I think that's round the corner again. But nonetheless, this is noticeably older, and it has trees. Yeah, this is noticeably older than that bit. And it seems this long path with all the trees that I was exploring earlier, that's obviously been extended, does actually lead to the bus stop. So we've got local streets there, local houses, there's bike parking here as well. And then here we have the bus itself. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one to have this idea. Of course, beyond the bus stop, there is another car park, and I think another car park beyond that as well. There's quite a few car parks that all sort of spread off into the distance. And eventually you get here. Now not only is this cool because there's the level crossing here, we just saw a train go past. I was a bit too slow to catch it properly though, but we're right underneath the motorway. This is so cool. And look, would you look at that, the tracks do split into two again there. I won't stay on the tracks for too long because that would be irresponsible. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to conclude the video here. I'm going to probably get the bus back in to the city centre so that I can say I've done the full Parkway experience, both by Parkway? Park and Ride. Park and Ride, not Parkway. I can say I've done the full experience both by the new rail station and via bus. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in a future video. Or I won't, as I said at the end of the last video, because I can't see you, but you can see me. You will see me in a future video. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya.